Have you? All right. Got it. I'll just begin. Om ajïäna-timirändhasya jïänäïjana-çaläkayä cakñur yena tasmai Shri Guruve namaha Shri Chaitanya manobhishtam sthapitam yena bhutale swayam rupah kadamayyam dadati swapadantikam vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We are reading the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. We have learned about 5 topics till now. The main topics that is being dealt in Bhagavad Gita, I'm going to repeat that again. Ishvara, Supreme Controller, Jiva, living entities, material nature or cosmic manifestation, Prakriti, eternal time, Kal, and the activities of living entities, which is karma. These are the main 5 topics we are going to study. That is the spiritual science. Beyond that, we will see another aspect of Krishna, where he's like a friend to Arjuna. So even though he's a teacher, he's guiding, he's giving all this knowledge, but yet he is a friend. So he's related with Krishna in the friendly way, friendly manner. So from that aspect, we will see the various ways how we can connect with God. One is the way of jnana, by knowledge. The other is the way of through feelings. And Arjuna is connecting with both ways, through knowledge as well as through feelings. So this is how we are going to read Gita. Everywhere, in every chapter, Krishna is going to explain it like the same manner that I'm telling you now. Yesterday, we learned about consciousness. And consciousness is, who am I? Am I this body? Am I something else? Even when the body goes away, I am going to be there. So who is that who is going to be there? Who am I? That question. Consciousness is in various levels. I am talking to you. I'm conscious. I'm alive. I'm conscious. Every day we are dealing with people, different activities, consciously. If we are unconscious, we won't know what is happening. But consciously we are dealing. This body has inputs through which consciously we are putting something inside. We see something, we see an ad, we see a movie, we see some people, we see beautiful things, we see ugly things. So consciously, we are inputting something in our body. Similarly, we hear things, We are conscious. We hear some stories about some other person, about some frightful situations, about scary situations. We hear rumors, we hear gossips, we hear news, facts. So consciously, we are putting something inside our ears. We smell. If we go through some near some garbage, we smell garbage. Consciously, with the smell, we can guess what kind of smell that is. If we go through a flower garden, we'll smell different flowers. We smell. Consciously, we are inputting something. From our mouth, we eat. Mouth is input, output both. We are eating and we are talking consciously. So all these things that we are doing, interacting in the entire day, we are inputting a lot of things, and that input has some, in the end, it reduces to some feelings in us. If you heard a story of some scary story, the story you will forget after some time. But the feeling of that fear, because the story was scary. So the fear is what is left out. You forgot the story, but the fear is there. And the fear goes in your subconscious mind and it stays there. You heard some racist comment somewhere. You also got involved in those racism. You hated some race, you hated some people, some color. You spoke all that. You heard it. After some time, the story will go away. But that hatred, that anger, that will stay in you. You met some people, you like them, you enjoyed with them, they are very friendly to you. After some time, those people will vanish away. But that feeling of happiness, of friendliness, of joy will be the residual that will be left. You saw something in an ad, a beautiful car in some beautiful country. At that moment, you just want to be in that beautiful car, in that beautiful country. After some time, that image will vanish away. That advertisement is gone, that whatever you saw, you will forget also. But at that moment, a feeling called greed or desire was generated, and that is what is left over. So all these things, why I'm saying, so throughout the day, throughout your life, you are exposed to so many things you are seeing in while you are conscious. But all these conscious activities are leaving some residue, and that residue is getting stored in your subconscious mind. When you are sleeping, you are not conscious of anything. You are sleeping. You forget who you are. Your body, your form, your family. You forget your husband, wife, kids. You forget everything. You forget yourself also. You're just sleeping. At that time, body is not working. Consciously, you're not aware, but sometimes the mind is working. So the mind is a part of consciousness. Our subconscious mind is a part of the consciousness. We'll understand this more deeply as we go into chapter 13. I'm just giving you a slight indication. So you sleep, and in sleep, you will see some people, they can wake up in sleep and sleepwalking. Some people, they wake up, their eyes are also open. They can talk nicely. They'll be talking something different. You don't even know what they're talking. They also themselves are not aware that they're talking. They're getting up, they're walking. They don't know. Even though their eyes is open, they're not conscious. Only the mind is conscious. The whole body is sleeping with the eyes open, and they're walking and doing everything. So in sleep, this is one of the stages that happens. So your conscious mind is not working. Your subconscious mind is awake. You do all these activities. There's another level of sleep. where you're sleeping, you're not getting up, and in sleep walking, you're not doing all that sleep talking and walking, but you're dreaming. Dream sleep, a dream state. In that also your subconscious mind wakes up. And in that subconscious mind, you see yourself doing all those activities which you would not really do in real life. So in subconscious mind, some picture is coming out. That is another kind of sleep. And there is a very deep sleep where the subconscious mind is also not awake. The mind is also not awake. Nothing is awake, but you are sleeping deeply. And suddenly morning you get up on time and you remember everything. Oh, okay, this is my family, this is this, everything. It's a very normal process for you now. But we go through all these different stages. In the night is the stage of forgetfulness. When we are sleeping, even though our mind is also sleeping, subconscious mind is also sleeping, but there is something that is keeping us intact. And because of which we get up like a robot. That is the super conscious that we are talking. That is the godly conscious that we are talking. That is a consciousness which is in the material nature that we are talking. We experience this every time, but we never analyze it. In spiritual science, you start analyzing all these things. As I told you, this is science as well as feelings. Those residue of feeling, hatred, anger, jealousy, lust, all this we have stored in subconscious mind. Every day we are storing. When we die, because we have to understand who is that I. We are not this body. When we die, we are going to be out of this body. When we are out of this body, what is that form that we are made of? That form that is made, people will call it astral form, subtle form, different names in English. Sukshma sharir in Hindi, they'll say. But that astral form that is made up of is your subconscious mind. That subconscious mind has layers. And in that subconscious mind, your seeds of all these feelings and all these interactions that you did through the conscious mind is stored. Means consciously, whatever I am doing every day, in a day, whatever I did, in my subconscious mind, I have stored those feelings. And tonight, if I die, say, today I interacted with somebody very greedy by nature, and they spoke to me about making money. And, if you don't have money, you have nothing. You have to achieve this, achieve that. And with that, conversation, I'm also all pumped up. And in the night, I sleep with that thinking, oh my God, I have to make money. I have to do this. And whatever it takes to make money, I will do it. With that consciousness, with that greed, I'm sleeping. And tonight is my last day on planet Earth. And I have to go. I left my body. The body is gone. One heart attack or whatever it is, whatever God has decided. Now I'm coming out. But before sleeping, I had only thought of how to make money. I will do anything to make money. I want to live in that estate house and I want that car and I want whatever I've decided with the money to do. So I left my body. So that subconscious mind has that greed stored in it. Now I left my body. Nature will make all the arrangement that it will give me another body to satisfy that greed, whatever I had. It may come in some form or the other. It is not about what exactly you want. It is about satisfying that particular thing with which you died, which was predominant in your nature. So as I told you, when we leave this body, this body is gone, Smita Venkatesh is gone. Now the next body is going to come. My astral body is there. The astral body is desiring greediness, money, and all those things. So now nature will give me another physical body. Go satisfy it, however you want to satisfy. Maybe I'll be born like a dog. If my karma is not good, I'll be born in like a dog. You've seen American dogs. Some of you must have heard stories. Oh, their owners will write estate on the name of the dog. The dog doesn't have to do anything. And the dog gets a life of like a prince. So if I have a good karma and maybe some bad karma, but I have that greed, I want to enjoy the estate life, the sweet life. So yeah, maybe born like a dog or maybe born like a estate owner, whatever. So this is how the next birth is happening, and the cycle goes on. Birth, death, birth, death, birth, death. So this is one case, one scenario where most people are stuck. Another scenario is, this is me. The whole day I've interacted with a lot of people. I learned a lot of things from them: greed, anger, jealousy, everything is in me. Then I meet some devotee. I get into some discourse. I learn about Bhagavad Gita. I have heard some great things. I understand the futility of life. I understand everything is temporary. I understand that coming back into this world is not exciting as it seems. There are fine prints. Whatever is good will end in the end may not be that good. And that goodness that I'm enjoying is so temporary, for so short-lived. My eyes are opened. I should follow sincerely the teachings of Gita. So I have stored all these feelings in my subconscious mind. And in the night, I sleep hearing this. And tonight is the night to leave planet Earth. But my subconscious mind is craving for God, for more Krishna Katha, for more Bhagavad Gita. And this body is gone, but the universe comes in picture. Oh, more Katha, more. So then the universe will give me another body. And I will be born in a family where Krishna Katha will be from childhood. And, life is all set. And I understand everything, whatever was given to me. And that life probably will be my last life, because that's what Krishna has given. So that consciousness which we were talking yesterday, it begins from this I consciousness, which is bodily consciousness. And then it goes to our other consciousness, which was impure in the world. And then we go on purifying it. And we get into the pure consciousness, which is Krishna consciousness. So the two scenarios. One consciousness, I am dying, but I am born like this, like a dog or whatever. I just gave an example. There could be another thing. And the other consciousness is I'm dying only to hear about Krishna. More Krishna Katha. And then I'm born in a family where I hear this. And then that is my last life. And I'm freed. So 3 levels of bodies we have. Physical body, the astral body, and there is a causal body, which is our soul. Soul in its pure form, in its pure consciousness, in Krishna consciousness. That is the real I. So yesterday we learned about consciousness. What is this consciousness? External is different. Subconscious is tinged with material things, but pure consciousness, that pure consciousness is me. And that pure consciousness is called Satchidananda form. Sat means eternal truth. Chit means eternal consciousness. Bliss means, Anand means eternal bliss. That is our real form. Always blissful. We are stuck in the world, never blissful. But when we are in Krishna consciousness, when our heart, our consciousness is purified, we are always blissful. We are not stuck with this world, which is unreal. We are always situated in the place where everything is real. So that is consciousness in this bodily form, in this world. All right, now let's go to further things, whatever is there. Okay, Gaurav is asking, Ma, this question always used to trouble me. Some say that the consciousness of a human being is developed enough that it is not possible to downgrade into a lower yoni like dog or cat or any animal. But here Vaishnav Jan conceptualized that a human soul can also downgrade. Yes, it is not Vaishnav Jan, it is Lord Krishna. Bhagwan himself is telling that. But here Vaishnav Jan conceptualized, it is not a concept, it is a truth. Conceptualize that a human soul can also downgrade into an animal form depending on its karma. Yes, What's the reality? As I told you, what Krishna told is the reality. Whatever is your consciousness at the time of leaving your body, that is the body you are going to get in your next life. That is what Krishna has told. If you are in animal consciousness, yes, nature gave you are in the process of evolution. So from animal life, you are given the human life, which is the highest life on this planet Earth. But in this life, and along with that, he will give you the teachings. Nature will make all the arrangement to give you all the teachings needed. It's your choice to practice the teachings or not to practice the teachings. To believe or not to believe, it's your choice. If you don't believe and you still want to behave like an animal, what does the animal do? The animal eats, you are also eating. The animal attacks and eats. If there's a carnivorous animal, it will go and attack and eat. That is its nature. Humans don't have to attack and eat. Humans can grow vegetables, grains, and they can eat. But still, human will choose, no, I want to eat another animal. Okay, no problem, eat. Humans have been given wisdom. Animals have not been given wisdom. So animals, they are totally under the control of material nature, but humans are the higher nature. Krishna has told that. We can change our nature. Krishna has told that also. So from animalistic tendencies, so animal eats, we are also eating, but animal eats as per its nature. What are we eating? Question that. Is it according to my nature? Question that. Animals mate. But I have a dog and I know how the dog is. Only when the female dog is in heat, that is the only time this dog will get restless. My dog is restless. Otherwise, my dog is very peaceful. Humans mate. But think of the human mentality. They are not like animals. They are uncontrolled in their thought itself. Animals defend themselves, protect themselves. We also protect ourselves. Animals sleep. We also sleep. So animals, whatever the animals are doing, eating, mating, defending, and sleeping, that same thing as humans, we are also doing. So what is the difference between animal and us? One difference. They are not able to do satsanga the way we are doing. They are not able to read Bhagwan's word the way we are reading. Even after doing satsang, even after reading, if you still want to behave like animal, great, no problem. Your consciousness wants to be there. No problem. For God, it doesn't matter, For nature, it doesn't matter. For nature, everything is just jivatma. One jivatma changing another body, that's all. You choose. You want to be an animal? Great, no problem. You leave this human body, next body, animal body, enjoy. No problem. But you don't want to be an animal body, you want to go in higher bodies, then you have a choice. So the concept, it is not a concept, this is the truth. Whatever is your consciousness at the time of leaving body, that is the next body that you are going to be born with. So that is why Krishna says, remember me, come to my place. Don't get stuck into this world anymore. All right. Aman asks, nowadays there's also talk of AI. Yeah. AI becoming a sentient being. Yeah. AI forming their own consciousness puts into question whether it has a soul or not. But AI is being controlled by us? No. We are the one feeding everything in AI. Puts into question whether it has a soul or not. No, AI does not have a soul. We are making it. Fascinating subject, and we can't know for sure what will happen until the AI is actually consciousness. Yeah, it is fascinating subject, but let me tell you, we are humans. We are the one who are creating this AI, but we forget we are creating AI and we think we will control everything, but we forget we have a supreme controller, Ishvara. So Ishwar will only allow those things which he has to allow. If humans have decided to experiment, no problem. He has given full freedom. Forget about AI. All this AI needs machinery. Our sages and saints, they developed their mind. Forget about artificial intelligence. Our own innermost intelligence, all the capability is here. With that capability, we are doing something external. That is what in Buddha's life, that is what when I was studying Buddhism, I really liked about Buddha. The same thing which he experienced, same experiment was being done in nuclear science. Dr. Alvarez, he got a Nobel Prize for that, for his nuclear invention. And Buddha, whatever Buddha is saying, I'm taking Buddha's example, but it is in Vedas. It is an experience which every yogi will go through, or a jnani, or when you are in the path of spirituality, you will go, which is that Brahma realization, self-realization, whatever the topic, whatever the name you give, the fancy name is different. So the final realization where you see everything is in motion. This whole body, by the time I'm talking to you, how many cells have died and how many cells have been created? How many sound vibrations I have created? Buddha left everything, sat down meditating for days, and in his meditation, he went deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper to the last point where this whole body, which appears as still, is not still. Everything is made up of these 5 elements. And earth, water, fire, air. And in that, intermingled is space. So these are the main 4 elements which are joined in space. And within fraction of nanoseconds, these atoms are breaking, multiplying, coming, multiplying. The whole body that you see as solid matter, in that stage of realization, you only see it is nothing but current. Nothing but bunch of electricity. These tattvas, they are just in motion, constantly in motion, constantly in motion. With this realization, he reached the stage of Nirvana. That is Nirvana concept, what I'm trying to explain. Realizing that though no matter what body I am seeing, this body is nothing. It is made of, that space is pure consciousness, and this physical body is those 4 elements. That's it. And it is full of energy, and every second there is something or the other going on. Everything in the universe that you see, it is in constant state of motion. This, this thing, it looks like plastic to us, but to a scientist, this is not plastic. Bunch of atoms and molecules came and they solidified. If you go on dividing, it is in constant state of motion. Our cells, constant state of motion. And with that realization, he was mukta, he was liberated. He was peaceful. He gave the same method to his people. Same. Matter is in constant state of motion. Same thing Dr. Alvarez did. He came to the point of nuclear. See, we all have nucleus. Understand? I'm trying to make it through science now. Alvarez also came to the same conclusion using his big machineries. Yes, everything is in constant state of motion. He used it to develop nuclear weapons. He was sitting with the science department here, and he wanted to see how the nuclear weapon is going to, when it is going to be dropped in Japan, how it is going to affect. Same realization. One person goes through spiritual realization, the other one is going through machine realization, through machine. Same realization. But one person is using to help others become liberated, Buddha. The other person wants to see how is it affecting to kill others. No matter he's using it for defense, but the same technology. When you are just using science, no matter what you say, consciousness or not, only if science is there, sometimes science will destroy everything. It is very good. But when you are fully conscious being, you are understanding the science, you are conscious, and at the same time, you are compassionate. Consciousness without compassion, it is going to be the source of misery for the person and for others too. So both the mindsets, what is Buddha's mindset and what is Dr. Alvarez's mindset? You can just imagine person sitting and developing nuclear science only to see how it's going to be used in war, and a person developing his own internal science only to see how I can be liberated and liberate others just by science and consciousness and compassion. So that is the difference. Aman Raidji Ma, I personally don't think soul, which is Bhagavad Tattva, can be controlled by me. Yes, it cannot be controlled by me. That is why when we study Gita, first thing it said, Ishvara, the supreme controller. We are all being controlled. We are living entities. We are playing with material nature, but that also is under, Krishna says, Maya Dhakshinam, under my authority. So material nature, cosmic manifestations, we have been provided, we are playing with it, but we are also controlled by the supreme controller. Material nature is also being controlled by the supreme controller. When he decides enough is enough, everything wind up. Think of the Kurukshetra war. We all have heard of Brahmastra. And Brahmastra is like a nuclear bomb of that time. And when you read our Mahabharata, there are so many things. Like now when you read, you feel, oh, they were all fictional. But no, those things are happening now also. But during the Mahabharata war, the Kurukshetra war, all that science, all that technology was destroyed completely because Krishna wanted it to be like that. Because technology and science, they started using it for wrong purposes. Ashwathama using a Brahmastra to kill a baby, to kill the baby, Pandava's grandkid. What is, you know the technology, but you're using it for such a horrible purpose. Obviously, Krishna had to destroy that. It cannot be there. So all the technology, Akashvani or whatever you call flying in planes, everything is there in our Vedas and Puranas. But when the war happened, everything got destroyed. And then now when people read, Indians only, when we read our own culture and our own books, we feel, oh, these are all fictional. No, they existed. Now people are discovering it again. Nothing new. Nothing new. Holograms, people are discovering it now. But in that time itself, it was there. You read the books, you will know, you will be able to connect many of the things. So nothing new is coming now. People are just discovering which was already there. It is discovering. And when things will go out of control, one war, one tornado, one earthquake will happen. Things will be balanced again. And then again, God will allow you to play around. So this cycle keeps going. Nothing new is happening. It is always there. It comes in different forms and shapes. All right. Let's go to Gaurav's. So, Ma, how is this possible that once a soul evolves to a certain level of consciousness, it can again fall back to the lower level from where it started? No, it is not like that. Human level is on the borderline. You have come from animalistic tendencies to human level. So you have evolved. Who gave you this evolution? Nature made this arrangement for you to come here. Now, after coming here, if you still want to continue like an animal, it's your choice. The free will is given to you. Then nature will make an arrangement to be an animal again. You're not evolved. You're not evolving further. You want to go back to the same tendencies. Say, for example, let me do your question one more time and I'll explain the whole process again. How is this possible that once a soul evolves to a certain level of consciousness, the soul which has evolved to a certain level of consciousness, after coming to human life, he will go further. It can fall back again to the lower level from where it started. I will explain that again. What's the point of all the self-purification and reading God's teachings when the possibility to fall back is there? No. And it's not an irreversible process. Who said? When we reach chapter 7th, chapter 8th, chapter 9th, you will get clarity for whatever question you have asked now. Okay, I will explain you. But again, I'm trying to say, I am explaining right now using the reference, but when Krishna's word goes in your ears, you will understand it more clearly. So hold on to this question till chapter 7, chapter 8, and chapter 9. This will be completely wiped off from your doubt. Okay. Again, I'm going to explain the process now. Say in your past life, you were a lion. In your past life, you were a lion. So as a lion, you have a tendency to go, if you see a buffalo, you'll attack the buffalo. You'll see a deer, you'll attack the deer. You're eating that food because that's your food, that's your nature, Rajasic. Now, you were a lion, you lived for whatever, maybe 50 years as a lion. Every day, you are only having the meat tastes of blood. And in your subconscious mind, your subconscious body, your soul is meat tasting. Now, you lived in the lion's body. Your time has come. You die. Now the lion's body is gone. Now the nature gives you chance. Okay, human. He needs to become a human again. You come into human body. But now soul is the same. The chip is the same. The chip has the taste of blood. So that soul has been fit now into another human body. So your taste buds, whichever is there in the subconscious mind, it is the blood that you want. So nature will make an arrangement that even though you are born in a human form, you will be born in a family where these things will be, you will eat from childhood. Because it cannot make you it cannot give you an abrupt jump. This is what is gradual evolution. It cannot give you an abrupt jump. So you will be born in a family where meat eating is there. For you, for your family, meat eating will be a normal thing. As you grow up, then along with that, the teachings will also be given to you. From every country, every place has spiritual teachings. You evolve further, you evolve further. So you start practicing those teachings and taking God's name. I'm telling you, God's name will start changing your nature. So if you were born in a Rajasic, you were in your previous life, you were in the mode of passion, that animal. Now you are born in a family where there are these eating tendencies. From there, now you are taking the teachings of Gita and now you stop eating meat. You don't want to eat meat because Gita says, no, don't eat. Whether you will, whatever the reason, you stopped it. And you sincerely, you are practicing the name, Bhagwan ka naam. And then time has come for you to leave the body. You practiced, but you left, in between yoga bhrasht, as we call. But you practiced it sincerely. You have left meat eating. You may still have the tendency to eat it. It must not have been wiped completely. Or it must have been wiped completely, your subconsciousness. So again, you are taking one more body. In that next body, Krishna has told this. Okay, when we read 8th, 9th chapter, Krishna has very clearly explained. He says, in that next body, you will revive all the spiritual things that you have done in your previous births. So in this life, in this human life, you left meat eating, you left intoxication, you cleared yourself up, but there are still some tendencies that are left. You are in between spiritual life and in between material life, and then you die, and then again you take a birth. But the next evolution which God will give you, the universe will give you, will be in a family where you don't have to eat meat. Probably that family will be very good, where from childhood you're not eating. But still your subconscious is having the little taste. You grow up, you go to college, you meet friends who are meat eating. And they're like, eat. You eat it up. You start liking. But for some years, few years, you will eat. But suddenly those Gita teachings will come to you again in some form or the other. And you should not eat, you should not eat, you should not eat. And then you'll be like, I'm done. Let them eat. I don't want to eat. And then your little taste also is gone. And you are very sincere with your effort. And in this life, sincerely, if you're doing the effort, you are liberated. Done. So this is one journey from meat-eating animal to a purified soul. If you were a cow in the past life, you were a herbivorous animal. Then you took about, so you died as a herbivorous animal. You are not used to eating meat or blood or anything. Now, nature gives you evolution as a human being. You will be born in a very vegetarian family. And nature will always make an arrangement that you are getting these teachings to evolve. And you start practicing from there. So you evolve. So in human life, we are at the cusp. Whether we want to evolve further or whether we want to keep enjoying those animal tendencies, because nature does not, nature is very neutral. We have a choice to be what we want to be. So we can purify ourselves or we can be still stuck in this world. It's our choice. I meet people, I ask them, do you really enjoy this life? They're like, yes, we want to come back again. I meet those kind of people also. And I meet people who are like, we are done. Don't even talk about coming to this world again and again. So it is our choice. We have been given freedom to either continue our animalistic life or to evolve higher and higher and higher. But for that, we have to work. All right. So Aman says, amazing. Thanks for sharing that, Ma. Rares says, some yogis can do some yama on certain planet and obtain information of topography from that planet. So definitely, yoga, tantra science can be used with some same accuracy as modern science for sure. Yes, yoga, yes. If you are developed, yes. Developed yogis, they just use their mind, all the intelligence here. They don't need anything external. They can use it. But again, I'm trying to say, yogi means somebody who is working in sync with material nature, who is working in sync with universal laws and with God, obviously, supreme controller. So yogis, even though they are very powerful with their minds, they can do a lot, they can achieve a lot, but they will never mess up things. They will never transgress the laws of nature, the laws of universe, unless they have been, directed by the supreme controller, God himself. So yogis are always in touch. So that is why their compassion level is way too high. Their patience is way too high. To become a yogi means you are a very, very patient person. They are not like the scientists. To do science experiments, we can become cruel also. But yogis are not like that. They cannot be cruel. They will be very compassionate. So their barometer of compassion is way too high. So yes, they know a lot of things, but they will not change the nature, material nature. All right. Since the very delicate topic of science and Tantra in Mahabharata is explained beautifully, yes. I have a question. Is Vimanic Shastra, Vimanika? I have not heard about the Vimanika, but the Vimanic word is, I think, Viman, probably airplanes. I have not read that Shastra, what you're mentioning. Vimanika Shastra has an authentic Shastra or book. It has details of ancient technology for sure. I have not read this book, Vimanic Shastra, so I am not able to comment on that. But Vimanic, when you say, it means the art of flying. Airplanes, yes, they existed in those times. Even before those times. You read Kapil, there is a, in our Srimad Bhagavatam, there is mention of Kapil Muni. So his father, Kardam Muni. Kardam Muni is he's the son of Brahma, and he is so powerful in his meditation and all. He gets married to Devhooti. Devhooti is the daughter of Manu. And when Devhooti comes, he's just a sage. He's living in his hut and he's meditating. And Devhooti is a princess. She comes, but Devhooti is always serving Kardam because she liked Kardam. Kardam, one day he came out of his meditation and he saw, oh my God, this lady whom I married, she was a princess. She was very beautiful when she came to me. But because I am a sannyasi, I'm not paying attention to her. So, I should give her all the comfort what her father was giving her. So he asks, do you miss the comfort of your father's home? She says, no, it's okay. I like you. I came for you. It doesn't really matter to me. He says, no, but Devhooti, it's not right. Devhooti says, I don't want all those comforts, but my only request to you is, we decided, you married me. So as a married lady, I want to have a kid. So can you bless me with a kid? And also, do you remember Brahma? Brahma had told you that God is going to incarnate through you. So it's time you should give me a baby. So Kardam says, yes, I will. And then Kardam says, for that, I will just come out of my sannyasi mood right now. And then Kardam, with his powers, yogic powers, he builds a whole big plane. His house is not on earth. His house is in a plane, flying saucer. And in that, there are thousands of servants. It's like a cruise in the air. Many levels, everything, And there is a gym, there is a swimming pool. The way I'm saying, it is exactly like this. And there is gardens, parks, different birds, everything, a zoo, everything. He made it in that big flying saucer by his yogic powers. And Devhooti looks at the palace and she's like, I really didn't need it. He says, no, you have to. Now you go and take your bath. I will also take a good shower and then we will enjoy life for some time. And then she goes and there are maid servants to serve her and make her look beautiful again. So this is the yogic power by which, they could build such things. It is mentioned in our books. So what is happening now is just a little bit tip of the iceberg. There is a infinite possibilities with the human mind that we can achieve. All right. Namasya says, yes, that happened. Yes. Don't know what happened. I just don't want to eat meat anymore. It was not hard to let go. I was from one day to the next one. Yes, I understand. Because of the teachings. And yeah, the subconscious mind stores all the information. And even when you take the next body, it is going to revive and it is going to help you evolve. And look at you. You are now translating Gita, Namasya. I'm so proud of you. All right. Gaurav, like today, I'm so passionate about God's teachings. Sadhana, seva, tomorrow. I might become passionate about traveling or enjoying flight travel. Yes, enjoy. Enjoy your flight travel along with remembering God. That's all you want to do. Nowhere is it told don't enjoy. I travel. You have traveled with me. I enjoy everything in this world because everything Krishna has given to me, it is Krishna's gift. I don't enjoy because I want to enjoy. Krishna has given me. Krishna's gift. Krishna can give me air travel. I'm happy, Krishna. I will think of you in the flight plane. Krishna will give me a good house to live. Thank you, Krishna. I will make this house your temple. Krishna will take me in a good 5-star hotel for a good dinner. Thank you, Krishna. I offer this food all to you. Now I'm taking Mahaprasadam. You see? Everything. Krishna will give me good dresses. Thank you, Krishna. I'll come and see you in these good dresses, these ornaments. Everything I will enjoy because Krishna has given me. Krishna himself is like that. He's like a king in Dwarka. He's Vaikuntapati. And not only that, when he is with his Radha Rani, Radha is Rani. In Nandagaon also he was a prince. He enjoyed everything. And he wants his followers to enjoy everything, but don't forget him. What happens in the world? We enjoy everything and we forget him. No, he says, take me also along with you in all the enjoyment that you're doing. I will give you more enjoyment, but enjoy with me. Please make me your partner in enjoyment. That is what Krishna says. So then so you will not downgrade if you live like this, Gaurav. Then next birth, I will downgrade into Siberian crane who can fly across. You will downgrade into Siberian crane if you forget Krishna. Got it? If you take Krishna, so what? Even if you become a Siberian crane, Krishna is inside. Don't worry. But you will not downgrade. What the philosophy of Gita is, always remember him. Yat karoshi, yat asnasi, yat juhosi, dadasi, yat tat kurushva madarpanam. Krishna says, whatever you're doing, whatever you're eating, whatever austerities you're doing, karmas you're doing, just surrender unto me, and definitely you will come to me. There is no doubt. Simple philosophy. No fear at all. Enjoy everything with him being your friend, your partner. He is your invisible friend. Take him everywhere. Okay? Gaurav, I gave you the answer now. All these years of reading God's teaching, sadhana, self-purification will be a waste. No. Krishna says in Gita, says even if you do a little bit in this path, that will never go a waste. He says, when we reach, I have all your questions is in my head now recorded, okay? When we reach to those chapters, I will take out those shlokas and I'll make you underline them. Not now, when we reach the chapters. He says that it comes in chapter 6. He says, even if you do a little effort in this path, it will never, ever go waste. It is the greatest effort that you are doing. You will carry this forward in your next life. Rares, wow, what a truly amazing story, speechless, and everything was made with the mind. Yes, everything was made with the mind. It is in. Okay, even when you read autobiography of a yogi, Mahadar Babaji, you read the autobiography of yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda, whose guru is Yukteshwar ji. Yukteshwar ji's guru is Lahiri Mahasaya. And Lahiri Mahasaya was just an ordinary man till 35, 38 years of his age. He's just an ordinary man living in Kashi, working in the railways, just like an ordinary railway employee. And his transfer happens to Himalayas, Ranikhet. And one day while he's walking in Ranikhet, he is somehow pulled to a cave. You read that story in autobiography. And there he goes and he sees this Swami is sitting there, some Babaji with long matted hair. And Babaji says, come on, Lahiri, sit down here. Lahiri is like, how does he know me? And there is an asana already kept for him. He's like, this asana is for me? He says, yeah, this is your asana. He says, how do you know? I never came to this place. He says, I know you. You were sitting with me in this asana, praying, but you wanted to enjoy the luxuries of life. You wanted to enjoy a kingly life. So nature took that one reason and chose you. To spread the message of Kriya Yoga, it has to be spread through you. So he says, Acha, oh, I really chose a kingly life, but I'm living like a railway employee. I don't even know sometimes how to make ends meet. I have children, they have to get married, how to pay for their education, and you're talking about kingly life. He says, yeah. And then Mahadar Babaji says, sit down. I will make you enjoy that kingly life. And then Mahadar Babaji in the cave itself creates that illusion in which Lahiri Mahasaya is enjoying the life of the royal life with people serving him. He's eating in all those plates, beautiful golden lined plates. He enjoys that whole life of a king. And then he's taken out of the illusion. And Babaji says, Lahiri Mahasaya says, you could have done it in last life itself. He says, then who would spread Kriya Yoga? You would be, you will not want to go back. So your work, you have to do this seva. Do this Kriya Yoga. Now that is only thing. When there is a Muktatma, sometimes Maya will keep them covered, but then you gurus come, they open it up, and gurus expect a lot of seva. So we are forced to do that seva. We cannot escape. If we get liberation, we have to help others also to understand and come to the point of liberation. All right. So this whole concept is not fully understood by me. I hope, Gaurav, you understood somewhat, but wait till 6th chapter, 7th chapter, 8th chapter, and by 18th chapter, everything will be cleared up. And if something is not cleared up, we'll repeat it again. All right. Namajya says, I stopped even before I knew about Krishna. I'm sure he was preparing me. Yes, he was preparing you. Without his will, you cannot be here. Yes. And Krishna takes us to the feet of the Guru, the ultimate prasadam. Yes, Krishna is Guru. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru, and Krishna says, Acharya Mam Vijaniya. Know that the Acharya is my form. So both are, yes, truly, Krishna takes us to Guru, ultimate prasadam. All right. We did so much of satsanga today. I hardly read anything here, but should we end it up now? Jima, I understood in some bits. You will understand. All right. Anything else? Any more questions or anything? So we will end up the class today. It was a good discussion. Everything else now we will continue in the next class Thursday. Jai Shri Krishna. Hari Bol. Jai Ma.
Thank you, Ma.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.